Biafra, superstars, media.
People, my fellow Biafrans, now how you day? I say good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. It depends from where you listen to the sound of my voice. This is Biafra Superstars Media, and I'm holding it down. I say God bless Biafra, and God bless Oduduwa. God bless His Excellency Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. God bless Chief Sunday Igboho, and all the freedom fighters, from the southeast to the southwest, up to the middle belt. And our Hausa brothers, if you're ready for your freedom, if you're ready for your liberation, if you're ready to regain the land that was stolen from you by the Fulani cabal, then I say God bless you too. God bless the dragon, the Prime Minister of the Biafra Republic government in exile, His Excellency, ESN, Ekpa, Simon Njoku, for the great job you are doing, my brother. We appreciate you, we thank you, we love you. I want to say kudos to you, Simon, because this video I'm about to do is to show how, through what you have done, through your declaration of partnership with Niger, with Mali, and Burkina Faso, the whole world is now shaking. The truth is finally coming out. Those who said Simon Ekpa was making a mistake because the Nigerians, some of them, they are Fulani. You guys, you are myopic in your understanding. You are shallow in your wisdom and in your reasoning. When you hear this video, you will see that Simon Ekpa has finally come with a new dimension. Listen to this video, my people. I will allow this video to play because when a black man says it, you will not believe us. You will call us small boys. You call us 419ers. You call us fraudsters. But now a white man will say this. And I believe when you hear a white man, most of you, because you are shallow in your thinking, you feel like, you are less than a human. When you see a white man, you worship them, you call them Jesus. You bless them, you adore them more than your own people. But today, you will hear from the voice of a white man, where he declared and broke down what is happening in Niger-Republic and in the whole of Africa. I will come with a part 2 video where I will break down what is happening now in Mali, Niger, Burkina Faso, and Biafra. That will be my part 2. But for now, listen to this great man and I will come back to analyze. Listen.
But first, a story that no one's talking about is the massive pipeline that is nearly set to go online. Now, it starts in Nigeria. It flows through Niger on its way up into Europe. Chevron in the United States.
Listen, he's talking about a pipeline that nobody has been speaking about for a long time. The Fulani cabal, they struck a deal with America, with Europe, to put a gas pipeline from Nigeria all the way through Niger down to Europe and America. The gas coming from Biafra land. I will not stop this video. Listen, this is an education to everybody. This is a master's degree level standard when it comes to analysis of what is happening in Africa, of what is happening in Niger, of what is happening in Mali, and the rest countries, Burkina Faso and the rest. You will see why the coup in Niger was inevitable. Let's continue.
Have already invested $13 billion into this pipeline. And guess what, guys? After the Nord Stream pipeline destruction, Chevron stepped up production to get this up and running. Hey, we'll speed this up. We'll fast track this. And now the people of Niger are saying, wait a second. Why are we going to allow a pipeline to flow right through our country so Europe can have natural gas?
Okay.
You are doing nothing for us. You continue to steal from us. Sorry, no more pipeline.
Boom. Now he's saying here that for the first time, the Nigerians are asking, why should we allow this pipeline to go through our land, our country, free of charge, without you doing anything for us? The concession was when Buhari, that stinking old fool, when he built a rail track. Oh my God. When he built a rail track from Nigeria to Niger. That was the concession. That was the bribery. A way to sweeten this transaction of allowing our gas, the Biafran gas, to go through a pipeline from the land of Biafra into Europe. And those who will have the contractors, the so-called owners of these gas pipelines, will be the Fulani cabal. This is the game they've been playing. Let us continue. Just listen to this. Listen to the reason why Africa is changing. Respect to Mali, respect to Burkina Faso, respect to Niger-Republic, and respect to the Biafra Republic government in exile. Let's continue.
This is why Europe is terrified this morning. The United States already blew up the Nord Stream pipeline, put their own pipeline into action in Africa. It's a smart business move, right? We'll just blow up the competition. Imagine Walmart doing that to Target stores. Yeah, we're just going to blow up those stores. Now you got to shop at Walmart. And now Niger is saying, hey, sorry, you're not going to use our country to transport your natural gas into Europe. Get out of here. So Europe is facing catastrophe with no Nord Stream pipeline coming from Russia any longer. And now the threat of this pipeline being shut down through Africa. This was their salvation, this pipeline. And then add into it uranium and Europe's nuclear power. The United States gets over 50% of its uranium from Russia.
Listen to this thing when we talk about uranium. The killing in Enugu State was because of uranium. When the herdsmen were coming, they were killing us, killing our farmers, killing our women, our children, to scare us off our land. The main reason, their primary reason was because of what? The natural resources known as uranium. Once again, uranium has been mentioned. Simon Ekpa has exposed this over and over and over again. He has broken it down, what the cost, the value of uranium is, and places where you could find these precious resources. And guess what? Niger has the highest deposit of uranium in West Africa. Those are the ones they've already checked though. But in Biafra land, in the land of Biafra, uranium is scattered everywhere, which is why the Fulani cabal, they are bent on taking over our land. And unfortunately, our so-called leaders, our so-called politicians, Ohanese, the Igbo politicians, they cannot see this. They are so myopic in their view that ordinary Niger-Republic could see the handwriting on the wall. And they are calling a spade by taking away that their so-called president, a Fulani man. Those who say the Nigerians, they are Fulani. No, there are so many tribes there. They've taken away the Fulani so-called president because he had a partnership with the Fulanis in Nigeria. That zoo called Nigeria. So listen again to what uranium is doing. The reason behind all the atrocities happening in Biafra land. Uranium is behind it. Because in the land of Biafra, uranium is scattered everywhere. The pearls of King Solomon. During those days, those were used as pearls. God blessed us abundantly with uranium, with oil, with gold, with platinum, with silver, you name it. We have everything in Biafra land. And the Fulani cabal, they are bent on taking it. So we thank God for this new revolution happening across West Africa. We thank God for Burkina Faso. We thank God for Mali. And right now we thank God for the Nigerians. Let's continue. Let's take it back a little bit. Listen. A little bit. Just listen.
Now Niger is saying, hey, sorry, you're not going to use our country to transport your natural gas into Europe. Get out of here. So So Europe is facing catastrophe with no Nord Stream pipeline coming from Russia any longer, and now the threat of this pipeline being shut down through Africa. This was their salvation, this pipeline. And then add into it uranium and Europe's nuclear power. The United States gets over 50% of its uranium from Russia, despite all of the sanctions that the United States has placed against Russia. They left uranium off the list. I love this. I love that they chose to sanction every other thing, but they left uranium off the list because we need it so badly. We need it desperately. Why? The United States is so heavily dependent on Russia for uranium that Putin could literally flip a switch, literally destroy the American economy by turning off the lights. A major backup resource of uranium is Niger. The French, the United States, have been essentially stealing uranium from African countries for decades. And again, these countries are saying enough is enough. We are sovereign countries. Get out of here. We are...
Enough is enough. We are a sovereign country. Get out of here. In the case of Biafra, we are saying to the Fulani cabal, enough is enough. Get away from the land of Biafra. We don't want your headsmen, your killer headsmen in the land of Biafra. And we are calling on Nigeria, let Biafra go, because this revolution cannot be stopped. Those who choose to be cowards, who choose to play along, who choose to eat the crumbs from the table of their so-called king makers, good on you. But to us, the 70 million Biafrans, through the leadership of our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa, we are saying enough is enough. Hence, we support the partnership of the Biafra Republic government in exile with Mali, with Burkina Faso, and with Niger-Republic. Enough is enough. The revolution has started. The revolution has started. The revolution has started. Let's continue.
We keep our own minerals and make our own decisions. And Russia is giving them that option right now. We want you to keep your sovereignty. We want you to be an independent country, not a slave to the West. Listen to Africa Bureau Chief Musa Ibrahim explain how the people of Africa want to gain back their wealth, their minerals, stop giving it away to America and Europe.
What people want is to gain back their wealth, back their uranium, their gold, their iron, their phosphate, their oil, their gas. And this scares the West because this means the true democracy will take place in Africa when people actually own their own land and the wealth of Africa does not go untaxed, unsupervised from the mines in Niger to the banks of Paris and the financial sector in Britain.
And he's right. Niger's coup isn't happening in a vacuum. This isn't a singular event. They're now pushing back against this neocolonialism in a larger multipolar world, saying this unipolar order that America has ruled for many, many years, seeking to keep your boot on the people of Africa, is not going to stand anymore. Africans are seeking to regain their national sovereignty. Africa saying, hey, we are rich in uranium, but we don't get to benefit from any of it because you steal it from us. We will enrich our own uranium and we will sell it to you and you'll pay us for it. No more theft.
Okay, sir, but the problem is this. I get what you're saying, but the problem, because in Africa, every problem is unique and peculiar to the people. In the case of we, the Biafrans, we cannot see America as being our problem. We cannot see Britain as being our problem, or even France, because they are being shielded by a tribe, a lost tribe, a people without a nation, a beast of no nation known as the Fulani Cabal. Because when you are going to a war front, you can only win that battle when you are fighting face to face with your enemy, or when you know your enemy, your open enemy. But in the case of Biafra, I cannot speak for Niger or the other countries. In the case of Biafra, it is hard for us to extend our hands to Britain to fight them, or France or America, because our open enemy has been the Fulani Cabal. They have ruled that zoo called Nigeria for so many years. And they are the ones who are like the frontliners. They are the ones policing the resource of Biafra land. So ours is even two-dimensional because we need to fight the so-called Fulani cabal. After we've dealt with them, we now have to fight the real enemy. Because they are standing as stooge, they are standing as a henchman for Britain, for France, and for America. So the war or the battle of the Biafrans has to be on two phases. The first phase is to get the Fulani cabal out of our land, get that zoo called Nigeria, that shithole called Nigeria, out of the land of Biafra. And once we have declared our independence, any other nation who comes now to show their faces as the real ones, as the real enemy, then we have to deal with them accordingly. In the case of Niger-Republic, they know their enemy is France because technically Niger is one country. Most of them, they are Muslims, they respect themselves, they know France is the enemy. In the case of Mali, they know France is the enemy. In the case of Burkina Faso, they know France is the enemy. But in the case of Nigeria and Biafra, it is a different ballgame. Because Britain planted a seed of discord when he told a particular tribe, when he told the Fulanis that they were born to rule. That was a seed of discord, a seed of problems. And a seed will only grow and germinate and bring out more branches. So the problem of the Biafra is two-sprung. We need to first of all deal with the Fulani cabal that have been killing us in our land. And after we have our nation called Biafra, any other nation that comes and says, no, you are not free, you are owing us 100 billion or whatever from oil or from uranium, we will now deal with them. But our first fight is the fight against the entity called Nigeria, controlled by the Fulani cabal. So we thank God for Simon Ekpa, we thank God for Nnamdi Kanu for opening our eyes. Because if Nnamdi Kanu has not come out to speak, to tell us they were coming, and they came. He told us they were coming. And the media was saying, oh, this fight is between the farmers and herders. We said, no, this fight is not about the Fulani herders and farmers. These guys, they are coming, killing the farmer because they want the land of the Biafrans. So when they come to our land, they kill the farmers because the farmers are the ones controlling the land. How do I mean? When you plant your crops in a particular land, you are responsible for that land and you have to wait for your crops to grow and you harvest them. So you are in control of that land. Unknown to us, we being naive at the inception, we never knew that there was gold, there was uranium in those lands. But the Western world, through their satellites, they have gone deep into the land of Biafra. They have seen all the resources. They know all the locations where we have our resources. Hence, from today, I can assure you, wherever you see the Fulani headsmen going on the rampage, killing people, if you dig that land, you will see resources there. Because the Western world, they're very, very smart. They've used their satellites to go deep, to penetrate your soil, your land, your resources, and they could see what you have. They could see all the natural resources that you have. Even China is also doing it. Hence, China is going through it in a smart way by buying your land. They give you loan and they buy your land for 20 years. Within that 20 years, they are responsible for whatever they do in that land. So if they mine your resources for 20 years, you cannot stop them because they own that land. Let's continue. Let's get back to this lecture, my people. Let us get back to this lecture. Listen.
Africa is in the middle of a revolution right now.
Okay.
Take a look at this map, just published on Friday. These are all of the African nations that have now signed military agreements with Russia. And even a few of those in white are getting ready to partner with Russia as well. Damn, that's a lot of red. And Now, we'll come back to that map in a moment. But first, this weekend, we saw dramatic developments. Russian flags raised in the air throughout the continent. First to Niger, the country that started it all. Russian flags everywhere. And according to France 24 news service, the government of Niger has now signed a contract with the Russian Wagner Group for security. And they need it because the coup in Niger has entered the point of no return right now. The people rising up against France, against the United States' influence in that country. The Western powers that have controlled Niger for decades are now being pushed out. And this weekend, the military leaders now say that Niger will no longer be a European colony. And they've demanded that all French soldiers get out now, get out of here, or face the consequences. Why does the United States even have troops in this country in the first place? Well, that's a great question. So get out of here, France, and get out of here, United States. You don't belong here. Over the past few days, the United States started dropping massive amounts of military cargo right near the Niger border with its warplanes. But that threat is not stopping the people of Niger. Tens of thousands of people marching in that country this weekend, celebrating their independence and shouting no to foreign military bases, no to poverty, no to the West stealing their uranium, their phosphate, and other minerals. Get out of here now. All of the ambassadors' offices to the Niger-Republic Mission Service, the United States, France, Nigeria, and Togo have all been terminated. All of their offices are now officially shut down by the Niger government. The head of the military just made this announcement. So other African nations are now showing their support for Niger and starting to say the very same thing. Get out of our country. This weekend, the people in Senegal rising up against Western colonial governments controlling their country. The CIA, MI6, and other Western intelligence services are doing whatever they can right now, spinning their wheels, trying to hold on to power in these countries with their...
My God, the revolution has started. A new alliance have started. We thank God for this. We thank God for this new development. And we thank God that our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa, was able to put Biafra first by making sure he came out publicly to give out a speech about the alliance of Biafra and our African nations. Oh Lord, my God, have mercy. Biafra is coming. And when Biafra comes, Africa will be free. You remember the so-called people who were saying Nnamdi Kanu was talking rubbish. But now his prophecy is coming to pass. Another prophecy of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu that will come to pass. When he said, Biafra will be a shining beacon that will free the whole of Africa. It is coming. It is coming. Let's continue.
Puppet governments. The people in West Africa are fiercely anti-American imperialism. So it wasn't a surprise then to see the country of Guinea announce they are supporting Niger as well.
La République de Guinée réaffirme par ce communiqué sa vision panafricaniste en apportant sa solidarité à la population nigérienne.
This is massive. Colonel Douglas McGregor says the people who've had their minerals stolen for years are saying enough is enough. Get out of my country.
The Africans are fed up with it. And so this is an example in Niger where a supposedly U.S.-backed government with a U.S.-trained military suddenly turned around and said, I think all of you white people need to get out of here. We've had it with you. Go away. Go. Europeans leave.
My God, have mercy. Oh, my Lord, have mercy. Oh, Lord, my
By
God.
the Niger government.
Oh, Lord, my God, have mercy. Thank you, God. Thank you, God. Freedom has come. My people, freedom has come. Biafra will be free. Niger will be free. Mali, Burkina Faso, Senegal, all the countries in Africa will be free. This is what we're talking about from the beginning, that we need this Biafra. Those who are still cajoling themselves with the Fulani cabal, Ohaneze Ndoshin, Ohaneze, you criminals, you guys, you are after your pocket. You so-called politicians from the southeast, you are after your pocket. You greedy bastards. You greedy bastards, you are after your pocket. You are okay with the crumbs you pick from the table. from the Fulani government. A country run by the Fulani decree, that zoo called Nigeria. You are okay, you are satisfied to be picking up the crumbs, because the crumbs make you and your family and your children to be millionaires, to be billionaires. You are happy to enjoy the crumbs from the table while your people they suffer, while your people perish, while the Biafrans will wallow in abject poverty in the land where there is milk and honey flowing throughout the whole land. Throughout the whole landmass, everywhere you go, there is resources. You go to Enugu, there is uranium, there is coal. You go to Imo State, there is oil, there is gold, there is copper, there is thin air. There is everywhere you go across Biafra land. There is resources. We have oil. But somehow, some way, the only people who have the oil well, the so-called people, the oligarchs who have the oil well, are the Fulani cabal. And our so-called politicians, they are happy with that. They are scared of the bully. They are scared to face the Fulani to say, how come in your land there is no oil, but when it comes to land, the Biafra oil, you guys have the oil well? How is that possible? That you built a house in your compound, there is rice, there is cassava, there is food, but you cannot eat from that food. Your neighbors who don't live in your house, they come to your compound and they control all the crops behind your back. Biafra that have all the oil, all the resources, we cannot control our resources. All we are doing is to be to be servants to the Fulani cabal. Our so-called Igbo politicians, they are happy to be servants, to be henchmen to the Fulani cabal. You own the resources. The oil is yours. The uranium is yours. Everything in the land belongs to you, but you control 0% of all the resources coming from your land. Shame unto you. I say shame to all those who are calling for the head of Mazi Simon Ekpa. Shame unto those who are calling for the extradition of our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa. Shame unto you. You people are shameless. You are so comfortable to pick from the crumbs from the land, when you know you own all the resources there. The oil going out of Nigeria belongs to Biafrans, but you control 0% of the resources coming out from that land. They treat you as a third-class citizen in that land called Nigeria. That business, that project called Nigeria. And our so-called politicians, they are happy to bow down, to strip naked and swear an oath with the Fulani cabal, to uphold the rules and regulations of the Fulani cabal. Oh Lord, my God, have mercy. But we thank God for Mazi Simon Ekpa. We thank God for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. We thank God for the Biafra Republic government in exile, because our freedom is coming. The Biafra freedom is coming. Enough is enough. We are sick and tired of being sick and tired. We say no more to this so-called enslavement in our own land. We are a people of handwork. Umuaka, children of handwork. God has blessed our land, the land of Eden, where gold, milk, and honey flows from sun up to sundown. But somehow, the Fulani cabal, they have been controlling our resources. We have nothing to show for it. They have sent us on economic exile. We have run away from our own country because we have nothing to show. Even when you are a graduate, there is no job for you. Even when you have skills, there is no workshop for you. They have decided, they have succeeded to send away the youths of the Biafrans on exile. The only way we can make it is to leave our country, Biafra, and go abroad on an economic exile. In the land of the white man, where the white men even show us more mercy. The white man has more empathy for us. They give us equality. They give us jobs. You go for a job interview, there is a white boy and a white girl, a black girl and a black boy. And if you do very well in the interview, the white man will give you that job. But in the land of Nigeria, it is tribalism, nepotism, retapism. Even now, religion is there that unless you are down with the Fulani cabal, unless you are a Muslim, unless you are from a particular tribe, you will never get those jobs. Oh Lord my God, what a country, what a shithole known as Nigeria. That even the white man, we live in a foreign land and they treat us more humane. They treat us like human beings more than Nigeria. And you expect us to say we believe in one Nigeria. You want us to say, arise, O compatriots, Nigeria call obey, to serve Nigeria with all my heart. Oh my God. I pity those who are still blind to the truth. My people, Biafra is the only way. We have crossed the Rubicon. No more going back. No more turning back. It is Biafra or Biafra. It is Biafra or Biafra. We have no business with Nigeria because those who claim to be one Nigeria, our culture is different. The only reason why they love Nigeria is because they control the resources that come from my own backyard. As a Biafran man, I don't have control or access to my own resources. We own the oil, we own the gold, we own the uranium, we own the coal, the zinc, the copper, the hides and skin. Everything you want to name in Nigeria, the Biafrans, we own it. It comes from our own land. But less than 0% of those resources is controlled by a Biafran. What a shame. What a shame. What a shame. My people, those days are gone. Those days are gone. We are saying goodbye to the slavery lifestyle. Goodbye to living as paupers in your land. We're going to play the role. We will do what the prodigal son did. When he said he was a king from where he came from, his parents are rich, and he chose to go back to the land where his parents were rich. We know Biafra is a land filled with resources, a blessed land, a very rich land. But the Fulani cabal, they have succeeded in chasing the children of Biafra away. Most of us now will live abroad. 20 years, 30 years, 25 years. Your children cannot even speak your language. Those of you who think you are doing well in the white man's country, I want to let you know that you are living in an economic exile. They sent you on an economic exile. That even when you live abroad, you can make lots of money, but your siblings in Biafra land, your siblings in Nigeria that are going through hell, you will make the money and send it back to them. So technically, you are on economic exile. You are an economic migrant. You left Biafra land to become a slave in a foreign land because you have your sisters, your brother. Let me break it down for you so that you understand what I'm saying. When you leave Biafra land, when you leave Nigeria and go abroad for 10, 20 years, 30 years, so some of you even 40 years, 50 years, old age, you are still there. But deep inside, you are not happy. Because when you wake up at the end of every month, you receive those emails, those phone calls, those text messages from your sisters, from your in-law, from your parents. They are begging you that things are hard. They are begging you they have no job, they have no food. And every month, you send at least 40% of your paycheck from the Western world. You send your dollars, you send your euro, you send your pounds back to Biafra land to help your brothers, your sisters, your families, your siblings, your in-laws, your nephew, your community, because that's who we are. We are people who give. We are givers. So the Fulani, they knew this. They said they will steal all the resources in Biafra land and they will pursue you. They will make you to leave Biafra land abroad. Even when you go abroad, you will be the one to help to stabilize the economy of that zoo called Nigeria, because you send money down to Nigeria. The government of Nigeria, they don't do anything. They don't care about you. All they do is they share the wealth. They share the loot of Nigeria. They share the oil resources of Nigeria. And at the end, you are the one helping the economy to stabilize. When they don't feed your people back home, you are the one that send money from Biafra land to Nigeria. You send money from USA to Nigeria. You send money from Canada to Nigeria. You send money from England, from France, from Australia, from Belgium, from India, from Malaysia, from Gambia. Oh my God, all across the whole world. You send money, hard forex, foreign exchange. You send foreign exchange back to Biafra land, back to Nigeria. When you do that, the government that have stolen all the oil, they have stolen the resources, the wealth, but your foreign exchange help the economy to balance. So when you give your people money to pay for their school fees, to pay for their health, to feed themselves, you are doing the job of the government. The only loser is you, because you are far away in a cold country, in a cold climate, in a place not designed for your body. Oh my God. I see people when I'm driving in the snow. I see people at the bus station. 2-3 hours. They are cold, waiting for a train, waiting for a bus. In a cold climate, you gather the money you have made in a cold climate, in a foreign culture, in a foreign land, in a foreign country, in a foreign government. The little money you have made, working from day to night, working 7 days a week. Oh my God, have mercy. You work 7 days a week in a foreign land, and you send the money back to Nigeria to feed your mother, to feed your father, to feed your children, to send your people to school. Something the government of Nigeria is not doing. You are doing it. You are doing what the government of Nigeria would not do, my people. I feel sad, because we are the one indirectly keeping the economy of that zoo called Nigeria afloat. We are the ones stabilizing the economy of Nigeria. If only we can stop sending money back to Nigeria, I swear to God, I swear before God and man, before 6 months, Nigeria will be on her knees, because the so-called governors, the government, all they do is loot and loot and loot. They steal all the resources. They buy properties in Dubai, in Saudi Arabia, you name it. They stash all the money, all the wealth in Panama, in Switzerland, in England, in France. They stash all the money abroad. The resource they've stolen, they stash all the money abroad. But we, the Biafrans in abroad, we are the ones sending money back to Nigeria. And the money you send help to stabilize the economy of Nigeria. We have been sent on economic exile. Oh Lord, my God, have mercy. For those that have ears, let them hear. For those that have ears, let them hear. I rest my case on this one, my people. I rest my case. So from me, from here, for now, I'm going to say peace to the whole family. Biafra Superstars Media, I'm holding it down. I say God bless Biafra, and God bless Oduduwa. God bless His Excellency Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. God bless Chief Sunday Igboho. Chief Sunday Igboho. Chief Sunday Adeyemo, aka Igboho. My brother, we want to hear from you. Sir, we want to hear from you. I believe you are now a free man in Benin Republic. Sir, we want to hear from you, because the silence is getting too much. We love you, we respect you, but we want to hear from you. Koiki Media, I am calling out on Koiki Media. You are the spokesperson of Chief Sunday Igboho. We want to hear from him. We want to know where he stands in this new alignment. We, the Biafran, we have come out through our Prime Minister. We have declared our support for Niger-Republic, for Mali, for Burkina Faso, all across West Africa. We need to know where the Yoruba nation stand on this. I understand Tinubu is a Yoruba man. I understand he's a Muslim, but I hope Chief Sunday Igboho is not catching his feelings. I hope he's not in the dilemma to choose between the devil and the deep blue sea. I hope and I pray he is not keeping quiet because he's in a dilemma to choose from what is good in terms of liberating his people and to give succor or have patience for the Tinubu-led government. I hope that's not the case, because the silence is now too much. If he was in Nigeria and under captivity, I will understand. But he's a free man now. I believe he's free from what we've been hearing. The analysis we've been hearing from the spokesman is that Chief Sunday Igboho is a free man now. He's even a professor. He went to USA to bag a professorship. So he's a free man. We want to know where he stands, because the silence is now becoming, something that is not unbearable. It is hard to bear. I'll be careful. I'll be careful with my words. I'll be careful. Because we love him, we respect him. And people have been telling me to stop saying, God bless the Yoruba nation, God bless Chief Sunday Igboho. But I still believe. I believe that this last time, the Yoruba nation, they now know, they've seen the handwriting on the wall. You have seen the handwriting on the wall that Nigeria is not working. I want to believe that our Yoruba brothers, you know that your Yoruba nation, the land of Oduduwa, is more important than saving that zoo called Nigeria, than saving that contraption called Nigeria. So for the last time, I am calling out on the spokesman of Chief Sunday Igboho. And I'm saying, my brother Koiki Media, we need to hear something. We want to hear from you or from somebody else who represents Chief Sunday Igboho to let us know where he stands. Because the silence is now becoming a worry. So from me, from here, for now, I'm going to say good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. I remain Biafra Superstars Media. God bless you. Yeah, check me out. Superstars Media. Lord Logan, Bloomington, Lord Logan, and it's wild Flora show. 1914 amalgamation is what we dying for. 3 nations to 1 nation, ever since annihilation. Nepotism is nonsense. You and you, clap your hands. Biafra gonna come, clap your hands. Biafra, Oduduwa, we're free now. Freedom is gonna come, we're free now. Yeah.
Salty dog. Superstar, what the fuck have you created?